Hi guys, I'm getting ready to host a Zoom video conference webinar that is really important, and it's going to be a private webinar for a select group of guests up to 300 people. But because it's so important, I want to connect my video production software, which will work with either OBS, Wirecast, vMix, XSplit. I want to connect that video production software to Zoom video conferencing so that I can have a producer who has access to the 8 cameras in our studio, so that I can show live annotations over live video, and so that I can use my professional headset microphone system that we normally use for our live streams on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Twitter. So let me show you guys how we do it. So we already have a professional studio set up for live streaming and video production. So it's actually very simple to connect our streaming system to Zoom video conferencing here. Anything I do in my video production system, I can pump right into Zoom, and it's great for those private meetings where you don't want to stream everything to social media. Maybe you have a private event where the information is a little bit sensitive, and also maybe you just want to use some of the Zoom video conferencing analytics that really drill down onto who's watching, how long they've watched, and who attended your private event. So here we go. I want to show you guys two things. One is how to connect your video production software from a camera standpoint, how to pump the video into Zoom, and then how to bring the audio into Zoom as well, because you may want to bring in multiple audio sources together and sum them all into one input into Zoom. This allows you to play videos, so you can play supporting video clips with audio. You can bring in multiple microphones from a professional microphone system, and it also allows you to do all of the great video production, whether using lower thirds, picture-in-picture, virtual sets. It opens up a world of possibilities. Let's take a look. So here you can see that beautiful Zcam slider, which is great for these live presentations. And the first thing I want to talk about is the webcam output. So a lot of different video production systems today provide a virtual webcam output. You can do that with Wirecast, you can do that with vMix, you can actually do it with an NDI IP video output using the virtual input solution there. Or you could just take an HDMI video output from your computer and use a second computer with a capture card, an HDMI to USB capture card, to grab the video and possibly the audio as well from one computer into another computer running Zoom. But in this scenario, we're just using one computer and we're doing everything virtually. So right down here we have something called the external output. And the external output, this is a software called vMix, but again, this does work with Wirecast and other solutions, allows us to create a virtual video output that's selectable inside Zoom. So that's how we bring in the video. Next, let's talk about the audio. Okay, so the video is actually a lot easier than the audio, but the audio is not too hard either. Let's take a look. Now, as I mentioned, you can take an HDMI to USB frame grabber, take the HDMI video and audio out of one computer and plug it into another computer using USB. I did this for years. It's very easy to do. You can take a secondary laptop running Zoom, take the video and audio from your video production PC and plug it right into any computer with a USB port. But we're going to show you how to do this with a virtual audio cable. So that way we do not need 2 computers. We can do everything with our one production PC. Now, a virtual audio cable is something that you can download for free online for Windows computers. So that's why I wanted to show this for our Mac users. This is probably the best way to do it for Mac. But once you have your virtual audio cable installed, you can use that as your audio output of your video production software and your input for Zoom. So that's what we're doing. In most video production software today, you can select exactly which audio outputs you'd like to go to that virtual audio cable. So all of our video clips that we're going to play, all of our high quality microphones and setup is all going to be going through that virtual audio cable, which is selectable inside Zoom. Now, one last thing with audio. What about the speaker output from Zoom? What about those people asking questions, that two-way communication that you have with all of your guests? Well, for that, we can just use the regular audio output from our computer like you normally would, but to remove the ability or possibility of having an audio loop, you would want to use an in-ear headset monitoring system. These are very affordable, and of course you could use a conference phone that has that echo cancellation built in, but the audio quality of a conference phone is never as good as a high quality studio microphone. So if you already have one, you should use it. This is about getting really highly professional audio and video into Zoom. So all you have to do is select your normal audio output of your system and have a wireless audio in-ear monitor system or just a regular pair of headphones, but we like to go wireless so I can move around and show different things in our presentation space. So there you have it. Now let's just take a second to geek out about all the cool stuff we can now do that we've connected Zoom video conferencing with our video production software. So we already looked at the beautiful kind of camera slider things that all of us can do in our studios that we have. We're using a wireless telestration tool. Now I know Zoom has built-in annotation, but the ability to annotate on top of any live video source in your studio is really kind of superior to what you can do with the Zoom annotation tools that are built in. Of course, we have the ability to switch between up to 8 cameras. That's really cool. We can take PTZ control of any of the cameras at any time. And we have the ability to do really kind of dynamic presentations. Like this presentation here has a live video feed, which I can annotate on top of. It also has little bubbles for each one of the speakers that we have in studio. I also have the ability to switch from kind of like the presentation in the center. There's so much that you can do with video production software. Bringing all of that into Zoom video conferencing simply opens up the doors for really highly professional webinars that are private and or being live streamed. So it's a very interesting way to blend technologies together. I hope that you thought this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and like this video on LinkedIn and share it with some of your friends using Zoom, because you don't become a video production expert overnight, and our channel is constantly producing great quality content that can help you guys understand some of the amazing possibilities out there with video conferencing technology, video production technology, and more. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.